Hey guys, welcome to the HKC 217 podcast. This podcast is sponsored by S20 Doors and Floors, and today's episode is going to be about Whilton Mill and his time that we had at Whilton Mill.
Yeah, so this week's episode is Whilton Mill, as Hudson just said there, and this week's episode is sponsored by S20 Doors and Floors, who is Hudson's uncle. Any joinery or doors or woodwork needs, S20 Doors and Floors, who's local in the Sheffield area, depending on the size of the job, is probably prepared to travel. Excellent 5-star reviews on Facebook, and obviously a bit of a biased opinion there, but it's Hudson's uncle who actually come to watch us racing at the previous round, and they actually come round to this round, so he's got a little bit of a motorbiking hook. In fact, this round, your auntie and your uncle and the daughter and Zane come to this one. So a massive thanks to S20 Doors and Floors. There's a link in the description to go to his Facebook page. Is gets the most business from his Facebook page, but also is on Instagram. I believe he's also on Twitter as well. But if you want to get in contact, your best way is to do it through Facebook. So as we roll in to Whilton Mill, the penultimate round 7 of the British Mini Bikes Championship. And what was it at Whilton Mill? It was wet. On Saturday.
Yeah.
On Friday it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we roll in, as we always do, into the race report. So on practice, we were knowing the rain was coming in the afternoon, so we dialed in our settings as quickly as we could and got up to pace as quickly as I could. I set my PB lap time on the final session before the heavens opened, and boy, did they open.
Definitely.
So pretty much everybody stopped play. Whilton Mill is a notoriously super slippy track. Not kind of worth the risk having a little blast round in that, especially when we were hoping and praying that the weather reports from 19 people's different apps and radars was going to be right, that it wasn't going to rain on Sunday or Saturday, which panned out all right. Yeah,
it didn't rain.
So Saturday, that was the Friday practice. So everybody folded up play, and actually we all went to the pub.
Yeah.
That's what we did. That's what we did. So it was a good evening. Everybody there. We had we hired out the marquee thing there, so we're in a really good place, especially for this shocking weather situation. I mean, like, we've been there years before where we've seen rivers running down the paddock area.
Literally we've been stood on tables.
It's unbelievable. Like, last year was unbelievable as well. If you can remember, in the academy tent, it rolled all the way through like everybody's bike paddock mat area. That was terrible.
Literally lift up your mats.
Yeah, that's where Parker was, if you can remember. Where Parker was that bit.
That bit it was.
My gosh. Anyway, so we're rolling into Q1. So warm up in the morning was in damp conditions. Damp patches in first practice 1 and first practice 2, so opted to stay on the wets. Q1, thankfully, it had dried up, which was after dinner. So we opted to put on slicks after dinner. I think sunshine was creeping through.
It was.
Unfortunately, in first practice 1 or first practice 2, our good friend of ours, straight in front of Hudson, this actually happened in the 140 warm-up session. Luca, taking inspiration from Dave, did some sort of running man, but unfortunately this did not work out as a broken toenail. So Luca unfortunately broke his leg, which was a bit of a shock to us all. Happened right in front of Hudson's eyes, just on a couple of damp patches in front of him. On, I forgot what the corner's called. Is it up towards Christmas?
Coming up.
Must have got a name, that corner.
Must have.
Quite a fast area. I didn't actually know. I watched Luca go past, and Hudson was like a second behind him. I looked back at Hudson, and then I heard the dreaded sound of a bike scraping, and I looked back. I actually thought Luca had low-sided until I seen it was Alan who was out on the pitch, out on the track marshalling.
Yeah.
So a massive shout out to Alan, and I think Steve will mirror that because Alan was first on the scene.
Yeah.
He's a fireman. He knew what to do. Paramedics got there. They had to cut his levers open. Everybody did a fantastic job. I think it was Rob or Mark who was there in the corner as well.
Yeah.
You were lucky not to run into him a little bit. It's only because you seen the marshal running towards Luca that you knew something.
Well, he were
waving
his
hands towards, like running at the side of the grass, and Hudson knew something was up, so he slowed down as they were dipping in because Luke was just a little bit out of sight round the corner.
Yeah, it's not.
Right on the racing line as well. So yeah, and I forgot who was behind us. So yeah, bit of a shock to us all, bit massive delay. We all had to chip together. Steve had to go to hospital with Luca. So we'll touch back on that. But yeah, massive shout out to Luca. And we're thinking about you, buddy, and we can't wait to see you at Clay Pigeon because we know that you come in. So we'll see you at Clay Pigeon, mate, and I'm sure we'll be wheeling you around in your wheelchair and you'll be lapping it up. So yeah, we rolled after that. We had to roll in, focus again.
Yeah.
Into qualifying. Qualifying after dinner was thankfully dry. I had to push hard to get to the front row. If you can remember that qualifying session. You were like flicking in between second row, first row, P1, P2. Travis was actually flying on that Friday on this qualifying. I think we were well in front of you. So the main focus was to get a front row start, really, which you did, and you got P2. On the 140, you opted to qualify on the 110 bike and got P6. Q2, I can remember this now. So another thing that we've kind of thought that we knew were going to happen is that we were going to rain for qualifying 2. So it was super important, and that was the chat that we had, that you need to get that time in and get that front row start in Q1 because Q2 is going to be a no-no, and that happened.
I think towards the end of Q1 it started to spit, so
yeah, it was threatening to spit, but I kind of, again, 19 people's different opinions and apps, but it does all help, all conversing, all different radar information. But yeah, we were pretty sure that it were going to rain in Q2, which it did. So qualifying 1 was very important. I don't know if that's the correct word. And that played out, as we said, let's get that lap time in, let's get that front row start, because nobody's going to beat the time if it's wet. And nobody went out to qualify. And I think you were third session for Q2.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody went out to qualify in Q2.
No point.
Some people went out for a little bit of wet practice, thinking it might rain on Sunday, which is always a good thing to think if it's going to do.
But also a risk.
Especially on that risky track.
Yeah.
So, rolling into race 1 in the 110 race. Starting from P2, I knew I could get a good start and try and get into the lead. Travis, I got into the lead straight away. I had Travis and Jack on my heels. On lap 2, Jack, I don't know if he run deep. I'll show a replay of this. I don't know if he run deep or he had to make evasive action and nearly, I wouldn't say actually nearly wiped out. He actually made a move and stopped himself from crashing into Travis and crashing into you.
He did crash into Travis, didn't he?
I don't think he crashed into Travis.
No,
he's the only person that I've ever seen.
The one at Christmas.
Yeah, he's the only person that I've ever seen.
No, he did touch.
He might have touched him.
No, he touched his back wheel. It obviously wasn't Travis's fault, but came in deep.
And he's the only person that I know that's took a left turn at Christmas. And he stayed on bike as well. So he went left.
Like, literally, obviously coming in to go right, got his knee down, clipped Travis's back wheel, and flipped and got his left knee down, and then
stayed on the bike, went onto the grass, rejoined the race as well.
Crazy when you watch the footage back.
Yeah, I don't think he did touch him, but you might be right.
I think he did. Yeah,
this happening bang behind you.
Yeah.
And he skillfully missed Travis and ran onto the grass. Lap 5, Travis come up Christmas and overtook you on that same actual corner. Travis got away a little bit after that.
Yeah.
And you finished in second place with Travis winning the race. And again, I think Jack went onto the grass, rejoined in like 6th, and I'm sure he got back to 4th and nearly got back to 3rd. I'm sure if you have a look on the... I ain't got the stats there, but I'm sure he would just behind Valentino. And I mean, like, he just caught back up, which were, I like said to Jack when he come in, mate, that was an epic race to come off. Well, not come off, but do what he did there.
Yeah.
So rolling into race 2, go again. In same position on the grid, which is
P2.
on the right, P2 at Whilton Mill, which I would argue that's not the best place to be. I think P1 should be there, really.
No, P2, because you obviously if you're a good starter, then you get up to outside of them into the left.
But they're not even stammered though at Whilton either.
They're not.
No, they're like equal. They're equal, like you the bang across from you. So
well, yeah. So I think second
is best.
Second's best.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It should be P1.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
So Hudson got off to a good start. I knew I had to get a good start and pull the pin a little bit more. I got away from Travis and Jack slightly, who exchanged places. A few back markers we come across fell in my favour, and I pulled away and got a 2.2 second gap and took first position.
Yeah.
That were a good race. Yeah, it did kind of like fall in your favour a little bit, but that was kind of the tactic. Like you needed to get away a little bit more, hoping that they'd not be able to. I wouldn't say tag on the back of you. I mean, like Travis had been faster in race 1. In fact, he were faster in race 2 as well.
Race 2 and race 3.
Only by a fraction in race 3, but in race 2, Travis had the pace. He just got stuck a little bit behind Jack, but I don't know if is it difficult on Whilton Mill. I'm not sure.
It's difficult, but like one of the most hardest. Like
there's a few overtaking spots. Or is it only Christmas?
Well,
and then the corner after, which we'll touch on race 3.
Christmas and the corner after.
Yeah. So anyway, you're happy with that?
Yeah.
Another win.
Yeah.
2.2 second lead. You were really happy with that one, and like I wouldn't say tactic, but getting away.
Stressful.
Yeah. I wouldn't say stressful.
No, but it just you could feel everyone like Travis, Jack, he was just really tense.
Yeah, well,
intense.
We're getting to the final rounds of the season. So as we roll into race 3, and repeat again. So again, you're in P2 on the right. Yeah. Got into the lead immediately, and then I mean, like this race was unreal. So you got into the race. I don't know if it was 10 laps, but Travis was on your back tyre the full race.
Yeah.
Until, I mean, like, you can watch the live footage there. I'll put up a bit of footage there. So, like, Travis were bang on Hudson's tail. And Hudson actually got a little bit more up to speed in this race 3. So, I think he dropped into I forgot what the actual time is, but Hudson started to do his PBs of the weekend in this race 3 here. So, it was more closer to Travis's PB. And, in fact, at the end of race 3, I think Travis's time was 2/10 faster than your PB. So, as in, you got up to speed on race 3. That were really good. And, unfortunately, I think it were on the penultimate lap.
Yep. You
got a false neutral. Oh, it didn't go into gear right. Anyway, you ran deep. Nearly overtook him back, unbelievably, on the next corner. So it was a corner after Christmas. I don't know what that corner's called. The downhill
come
right.
Into Christmas, and then you flick back, and you flip back again, go down, and then heavy braking down into there. It was on that one.
So like he missed the gear. Engine braking, ran deep. I think there's quite a lot of. There's a bit of a deep run off on that bit, and then there's that deep bit. So like you managed to get round, and like I say, you nearly actually immediately took him back. I think Travis had to slow down more from what happened with you as well, because you nearly nipped him back. Then you were chasing Travis down. Travis got away a little bit, and you finished in P2. You were disappointed in that one.
Yeah.
You've been carrying a bit of a neck injury all that weekend as well.
Yeah.
So you're like struggling with your neck. Thank you to Sarah for coming down and doing a little bit of sports therapy and a little bit of tiger balm and a little bit of muscle strips, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Which did help you out on the Saturday.
Yeah, it did.
But yeah, he said that were a stressful race, but you knew that you could win it and you knew you had the pace to win it.
Yeah.
It was just unfortunate what happened, but that's racing.
Racing.
We go again.
Yeah.
So disappointed with the outcome of race 3, but overall solid results, and carrying a slight neck strain all weekend. So we roll into the 140 race 1, riding your 110. We had a great battle for 5th position with Joshua, Billy, Hudson, Sydney. You were basically like chasing like all 140 riders.
Yeah.
You were leading them for a little bit, but you ended up coming P7. But it was a good little battle there. I think Travis were in P4 on that bit. And I believe he were on his 140 then, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So you finished P7. In the 140 race 2, again battling for 4th this time with Joshua, Ralph, Billy, Sydney on the 140 bikes, but you ended up finishing P8. And I mean, like that little pack of riders, like, were super close. And again, you were on your 140. They were on the 140. Some of them, and you were on your 110. I mean, lap times are sometimes similar, but ultimately the 140s come through. You finished in P8, and in race 3. DNS, so we opted not to race in race 3 because your neck was really hurting after race 3 of the 110 race. So race 3 of the 140 race is after race 3 of the 110 race. So it's a couple of sessions after. You were really struggling with your neck there. So you opted not to race in that race 3. But overall, a good weekend again.
Yeah.
I mean, like, results wise, you got second, a first, and I've not put emoji in there. A first, a second, and a first.
Yeah.
Good weekend, good people.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
Obviously,
really being in the big croc tent was fantastic.
Big tent, yeah.
Massive downer on the weekend. What happened to Luca?
Yeah.
We all had to muck in a little bit, so we normally all have a meal on a Saturday night. Unfortunately, Steve were at the hospital. Luca got settled down. Obviously, being there, I think Steve come back about 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we quickly cooked up tea for Dave and Steve, who'll come back. Help Steve pack all his stuff away.
Yeah.
And he were leaving in the morning. Because at that time Luca were meant to be having an op in the morning.
Yeah.
That didn't actually transpire, but we helped Steve pack all his stuff away. Had a little bit of drink, a little bit of sympathy drink with Steve there.
Yeah.
Stayed up a little bit and then off we went. Oh, sorry, I'm rolling. Yeah, so I'm on about Saturday night. Yeah, so yeah, we were a bit. I don't know how to put that.
Yeah, on about Saturday night.
Yeah, I'm on about Saturday night, but yeah, obviously we're a bit of a massive shock. Usually gutted for Luca.
Yeah.
Super gutted for Luca. Kind of had that 190 championship sewed up, and it's kind of like fell away from him a little bit there, but this is racing, and unfortunately this is what can happen in racing, and we do know that. It's harsh. Could have phased Hudson a lot that weekend, especially happening in his own and what had happened. But Hudson had to knuckle down and crack on. What else were we going to touch on for Whilton Mill? Oh yeah, so your uncle
Fantasy.
Oh, fantasy. So yeah, so massive shout out to S20 Doors and Floors and Uncle Dan and Auntie Anna and Hudson's cousins Zane and Amaya.
Yeah.
Who come to support him for the weekend. That were fantastic. Amaya were playing with Alana all weekend.
Yeah.
They're not bothered about what's happening at racing. Although they did actually watch the racing with Auntie Anna up on the Whilton Mill stand. We all went out for a meal on Friday. That was fantastic as well. Friday night we all went to pub. In fact, nearly everybody were having meals on Friday. So I think I've got a picture I can flash up.
The track is known for having good.
It's a really good. It's a really good venue. That one. So like everybody were there. Like Travis. Well, there were so many people having meals on tables. I'm sure I've got a picture. Like everybody having the dinner. All that area was all different people.
It's like a top area, and all the people were having it, and then we got a picture, didn't we?
Yeah. So really good weekend. Concluding Whilton Mill, and we roll into the final round of the championship, which is coming up. So another positive weekend on a massive negative with Luca, but yeah, we have to roll on. And it's really fantastic that Steve and Luca are coming down to Clay to support us on the final round of the championship. And as well to watch a few of these championships get tied up at the final round. It'll be really good for Luca to see everybody, because I think he's only just gone back to school today for his first day.
That's good.
So yeah, that'll be really fantastic for Luca. So we'll roll in, and now we're kind of caught up with everything. In fact, no, we're going to roll through the results of Whilton Mill.
Yeah.
So we'll roll through the results. So in the 90 race on Whilton Mill, in third position is Liu Soliu. In second position is Joshua Herring, and in first position is Harrison Quincy. Good to see Harrison back on the podium, top step, on a track that I believe they got his first win last year.
Yeah, he did.
Nipped it away from you.
Yeah, nipped it away from me. Wet.
In wet. And only you two practiced in wet, if you can remember. In the 110 race, in third position was Jack Hamilton. In second position was Hudson Cooper. And in first position was Travis Shaw. Congratulations to Travis there. In the 140 mini GP, third position Travis Shaw. I believe that's Travis's first 140 podium as well, so well done to Travis. In second position was Thorley Trevorrow, and in first position was Wilson Dilks. In the 160 O'Varley Cup, in third position it's Tyler Humphreys. In second position Thorley Trevorrow, and in first position it is
Wilson Dilks again.
In the O'Varley 190 Cup juniors, obviously you can see an ominous step missing there. So in third position, nobody's there. In second position, Izzy Carter, and in first position, Cobra Garbett. In the senior 190 Cup, it's Tim Patterson, and again, massive shout out to Tim, who took Hudson and Luca on a track walk on Saturday. Saturday was it? Sunday morning, actually.
Yeah, Sunday morning.
And again, that second time we've like shacked up close to them with Yellow Racing and Izzy and Tim.
Yeah.
And Jay. So they've been fantastic. It's been really good actually chatting with them guys as well, hasn't it? Over the last two rounds as well.
Yeah.
Andy Thompson as well, who's been round our bit a little bit as well.
Yeah, he was.
Telling us some amazing stories on Saturday night.
Yeah, whilst we're eating his
while we're having his chili.
Yeah, his chili.
And he come for a drink with us. So Andy Thompson, good rider. Sorry, I shouldn't say decent rider. So Andy Thompson in second position, and in first position in the seniors is Brian Hamilton from DHR Racing, I believe that's called. I hope I've got this right again. It says Harvey Lamphope twice there. I think I've done that wrong there.
I hope you've got it right. It's not you who did it.
I know what I've done there. I'll have to pull that one over. I do apologise. So I think I have only got the mini bike 160 cup results there, and I haven't got the
technical issues.
Oh, I have.
Yep, there you go.
So that's you have to look for that bit there. So so Simon Wadsworth in third position. Second position is Michael Mead, and in first position is Harvey Lamphope. And I believe that he wrapped up the title for the 160s on this round.
Yeah.
I've seen a post by AMR. So congratulations to Harvey. And in the mini bike vets, it's James Lewis in third position, Tony Reveille in second position, and it's that name again, Michael Nellians, I'm going to say. Nellans.
Apologies.
I do apologise. And in the Brap Super Minis,
Superbike.
it's Lawrence Wardle in third position, Jamie Callan in second position, and Richard Home Williams in first position. And that gets us up to scratch on where we need to be on the podcast for the final round.
Yeah. Caught back up.
Caught back up, yeah.
Yeah.
As we've caught back up, and we're going to be releasing this one, I will bring up
the
Fantasy League. So the Fantasy League has been going on. There's a group chat available on the Fantasy League. Obviously, we don't know everybody's in it. It's been hugely popular and a massive success. And don't forget, there's a prize. So as we roll into next year, it's obviously worth entering. And I'll announce this now that for the people that we do know in this league, as in personally know, there'll be a prize for the person that's come who we know, which I've been calling the Friends and Failure League.
Yeah. And then we have the
overall one. It's going to be very difficult to find out who the winner is because it doesn't show you the email address or the username. So we're hoping that they listen to podcasts or they listen on social media. They've somehow found out.
So they obviously.
In fact, I should actually put in the description. I'll put in the description. Please get in contact.
Yeah.
About.
Yeah, because we've got 80 people.
So anyway, as we look through, we'll just read out the top. We'll read out the top 5. So you've got Brit Solo in first position with 1,856 points. Still got a boost left as well, unbelievably.
Wow.
Ear Team, they've been up there. 1,759 points. Prometheus Racing, they've been up there all season as well. 747 points. Envy in fourth position. 1,722 points. Sorry, I didn't read out the countries that they're from there, which again, it's been really, really successful this. Yeah. So in first position is from India, in second position they're from, I forgot what that one was, is it Portugal? Third position is Italy, fourth position is USA, fifth position GBR. As we roll down the league, and I'll be proudly to say that I got up into 15th position and I'm actually winning. Oh no, I'm not winning it, not at all. Luca's in 9th position.
Yeah.
So Luca were really fighting over the last 5 rounds, really good. He's still got 2 boosts left.
Oh man.
So he needs to use that.
How many rounds are left?
I think there's only 1 round left actually.
Oh.
So yeah, Luca's doing really well, and he's actually winning the Friends and Family. So as we roll down the list of people, I'm in 16th position.
I'm in 50th, I think.
RW Paintworks in 21st position, who we know. S20 Racing, which is S20 Doors and Floors, they're in 29th position. Rambo Racing, he's used all these things. He's in 30th position.
Yeah.
El Dinero El Loco, which is Steve, he's in 34th position. Hudson's in 50th position. Is Jack Newton still in there? Jack's in 69th position, but Jack did join two rounds late, and he still nearly beat you.
Yeah.
Has he nearly beat you?
Nearly.
50. Now you got 1,005. So yeah. So don't forget next year when we're doing that, and we're going to put up. We'll get everything bundled together. So there's a few prizes from RW Paintworks that will go to the proper winner. We've got some prizes that we're going to chuck in. So we've got some cards. From So Playing Card Company. John, So Playing Card Company as well are going to give you a £20 gift voucher as well. So we'll kind of probably split them up in between the first overall winner and the Friends and Family winner. Obviously the main prizes. And if nobody claims that main prize, it'll go by default after, I don't know, I'll have to wait a month or 2 if nobody contacts me, and it'll go to the top rider who claims it after. So if first position don't claim the prize and don't email in, it'll go to second position. Yeah. And they're forward.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's fairest way to do it. So there were 2 separate prizes, one for overall first, and one for Friends and Failure League, which is what Luca's leading. I can't even catch Luca, can I? Oh no, no chance.
In one round.
Yeah, I think is there 1 round left?
There is. Yeah.
No, there's 2 rounds left, isn't there?
2 or one?
No, there's 1 round left.
Yeah, there's one. Look. Yeah, 1 round. One
No,
round.
no, there's 2 rounds left. Malaysia and then Valencia. So Luca can use his things.
Yeah, you can
so
use.
There's 2 rounds left. Well, I could catch Luca. Or not tell him about the boost thing. So
I'll tell him. I'll be a good friend.
Yeah, that wraps up.
Wraps up.
Episode number. We don't know episode number. Anyway, don't even say the number.
Don't even say it.
So thanks for listening. Don't forget you can also watch this with highlights on YouTube and on Spotify video. If you listen on Spotify, you can also just listen to the audio only. The audio only is also on iTunes, Deezer, the Amazon A-word. You can just say on that, play the HKC 217 podcast and she shall obey, and play the latest episode. I think it's pretty much every service. Google Play, everything. It's on everything audio wise. YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're following on Spotify, press follow. Don't forget to follow Hudson on all his social channels. You can just search for @HudsonKaiCooper or search for the hashtag HKC217. If you want to become a sponsor, if you want to become a Patreon member, you can head over to patreon.com/HKC217, which rolls in just before we conclude that last week and the week before we've been flat tracking.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks ago, we went flat tracking and I did the level 1 beginner course flat tracking with Hudson, which was super cool. First time we rode together. And then last week we did a Patreon and sponsors day, which is a new thing that I'm going to maybe do over winter thing. We've got a few things planned. We're looking at going trail riding at Inch Perfect Trials, probably going go-karting.
Yeah.
I might think of something random. We might go mini motoring at mini GP.
Yeah.
Places will go to people who are Patreon members first. I know that sounds seedy, but then people are paid to sponsor. You can sign up for £1 a month and you'll get priority booking. That's the only way that I can really do it. And then after them people, and after I've asked all them people, then it just goes, and I'll just put it on Facebook, and you can click on the post or messages if you want to book on to anything that we're doing all together.
It'd be nice to get
just
some
fairest
people
way
down.
to kind of do it, really. And again, I'm not asking you to pay like £10 a month or £5 a month. You can just pay £1 a month, and you'll be able to jump on and the 6 spots that we had. We're only allowed 6 at this private hire, I think it was. But the next one that we're going to do, it's going to be 12 people flat tracking. So again, we got the 6 pretty much straight away from sponsors. So that was fantastic. Really, really wicked day. There's a video on YouTube Shorts if you have a little look on that, or if you look on Facebook or Instagram, you'll see videos on there. Wicked day. And again, got plans for doing some other stuff over winter. Got loads of ideas. Not making no money from it. I'm just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
So if you want to get involved, and you'll find out first about the dates in Hudson's Patreon membership thing, which also gets you access to the group chat where you get behind the scenes access. Well, I wouldn't say behind the scenes access. There's just a WhatsApp chat where we post things on there first, basically, and you'll find out about any events and anything that we're going to be organising and stuff that's upcoming. A lot of people get news mega early.
Before
on that. Like, we've got something coming up on next round that we're really excited to go in. So as we roll in to the final round at Clay Pigeon of the British Mini Bikes Championship, we look over to your wall and go, let's have some more of them. And we look forward to it, and there'll be a podcast. After that one, we're stop. I think we're on about stopping. I think so. Yeah. So looking forward to Clay, final round of the British Mini Bike Championship. Been a fantastic year.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And we're rolling, and we'll see you on the next episode, which will be concluding Clear Pigeon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you on the next one.
Bye.